Recently, the state of Arizona passed an immigration law that requires police officers to investigate the immigration status of any civilian that they suspect is in the state illegally. Also, 17 other states at least have begun attempts to issue laws of a similar nature. A few of these states are Utah, Oklahoma, and Virginia. Virginia's Attorney General, Ken Cuccinelli, issued an official report on his legal opinion about the state's position according to immigration law. This authorizes Virginia police officers to investigate the immigration status of any person that is stopped by the police for any reason whatsoever. However, he did not specify what would be considered cause of suspicion that would create reasonable doubt for a police officer to investigate an individual's immigration status. These immigration law movements that have recently gained public attention in the United States have arisen partly because of the theory that the Obama administration is failing to protect American citizens from the negative impacts of illegal immigration.
So I'm very sympathetic to the people from Central America and other places who come here to do jobs that Americans simply do not want to do. I'm very sympathetic. But on the other hand, I feel that as a nation, we have to have some control over who comes and who doesn't come.
The sheriff of Cochise County in Arizona, Larry Dever, has professed concern that not adopting laws similar to that which Arizona recently enacted would increase the threat to the country's homeland security.
The Obama administration sued Arizona in federal court on July 6th of this year for usurping federal authority and therefore hampering immigration enforcement, increasing the risk of racial profiling and police harassment. The law has actually strained U.S.-Latin American relations. 10 Latin American countries have signed a brief challenging the Arizona immigration law, according to USA Today. Oklahoma, another state that is attempting to pass a similar immigration law, actually passed one in 2007 that makes transporting or knowledgeably sheltering an illegal immigrant a felony. The law also prevents illegal immigrants from driver's license and in-state tuition, which California still allows in their state-run institutions. The state's Republican representative, Randy Terrell, is going to introduce a bill next year that would seize property from corporations and businesses that knowingly employ illegal immigrants. Similarly, in Utah, a 2009 law went into effect that makes it illegal for people to shelter and for businesses to employ illegal immigrants. This has also been unstated in South Carolina in 2008. Businesses are obligated to investigate their own workers' immigration statuses.
This country is a polyglot of cultures and people and immigrants and everything else. And do we at some time have to look over our shoulders and protect ourselves? I was with the Border Patrol as a volunteer one night, driving along the Mexican border where the fence was, and there were a bunch of kids cutting a hole in the fence, and 30 of them ran through the hole in the fence. And the guy I was with had 6 rifles up in his Jeep and everything, and I said, "Aren't you going to apprehend them?" He said, "I can apprehend one of them. The other 29 are going to keep going." So it's a serious problem. It's a very, very serious problem. Sometimes I think that maybe we should give Texas and Arizona and New Mexico and California back to Mexico. Because it's really, we stole it in 1848 or some jazz like that, and these guys are just returning home. But, you know, if you really want to get into geopolitical, interesting issues, you can. But if you're going to say Texas is part of the U.S. and Arizona and New Mexico are part of the U.S., then we've got a right to say who's supposed to be here and who's not supposed to be.